Pragya. Let's come to the topic. The topic chosen by me is who and what is an average person. So let's list out few of them. What do you think is an average person? Well, maybe if I ask to someone, there would be like average person is the one who doesn't study, who doesn't earn well, who ain't settled in life, who's not even having money, who's not surviving well, who doesn't have livelihood, etc, etc, etc. So now let me tell you my point of view and let's get back to this topic again. Few days back, in general actually, few days back I met one of my friends and he is asking me, Pragya, are you happy with your life? I'm like, yes dude, I'm happy with my life. Why? What's wrong? And then he's telling me I'm not happy with my life. I'm like, what happened? And he's telling me, dude, I got everything which you got. I got everything which will give me comfort, but still there's something which is pushing me back. Which make me take one step forward and makes me take 10 steps backwards. I'm like, oh, what's that? And he's telling me, I'm not happy the way I'm leading my life and I don't know why. And he told me to help him out. Okay. And then I gave him an idea. I told him, keep 3 role models, just 3, not one less, not one more. Start copying them, or start copying little of their basic way of leading their livelihood. Probably start copying their positive qualities. This was what I told him. What that gentleman did, he started copying me. I don't know for what good reason. He started doing whatever I was doing, and this was not what I told him. Let him do fine. And he comes back to me, say for maybe 10 days later, and he's telling me, nothing changed, Pragya, everything's the same. I'm like, why? And then he's told me, dude, I didn't copy others, I started copying you. And I asked him for what good reason. And he told me, we are in the same age, so that might help me come more than following big peoples or great peoples. And I told him, okay, what did you get out of it? And he told me he got nothing out of it, which was obvious. And then I told him, dude, this is because your priorities, your needs and the efforts which you're taking is not matching with your goals. At the end, what you be is, you start being a punk. You start feeling to be a punk, an average person. Because you're not being yourself. You're just copying me. Or probably you're becoming a good copycat. A copycat who is very good in copying others. But you know what? Instead of being someone's copycat, you can be the best original version of yourselves. And trust me, that will be the best gift you ever got. One of the great persons told that an individual, or say for example you, are the average of 5 persons you be with. 5 persons you be with, which is a big number, which is a big deal. So what does this mean? This means that, say for example you are with 5 persons, X, Y, Z, A, B, and everyone has their own positives and negatives, and you are the person F. You are being with these 5 persons. You gradually, when you start being with them, you start spending time with them, say for one day, half an hour, or one entire year, or say for example 10 years, you start inculcating their habits into them unknowingly, not knowingly, unknowingly. You start becoming 20% of each of the persons you are with. 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, and 20%. So gradually, those 5 persons are now becoming the 1% which is you, man. And this is not for your come in this earth. You have come here to become your one of own kind. No one else's. What if the person you are actually being, those 5% of yours, one has no drink, what if one has no goals, what if one is badly broken? Ultimately, what you get of being them? You start becoming a 0.000% of yourselves, which ultimately means you have no future, you have no goal, and you got no bloody reasons to survive. It's hard, but that's the fact. And trust me, this is scientifically proven, and I bet you that for $1 million. Yes, an average person. This was what we started. Can you title this person, Mr. F, as an average person? No, you can't. Let me give you a few more examples. Were you ever been hurted? Obviously, there's an answer which is called yes. Everyone is hurted, broke, ditched, hung at many times. Hurted so bad that the only thing which is left with you is to give up what you're doing. Probably that's the last option left with you, and trust me, once you start giving up your dreams, Never ever will you be the person you ever wanted to be. You know what? The person who works more, the person who gets hurted, ditched so many times, becomes one of the best and the finest version of gold that can ever a person be. And again, I can bet you for this. No great person did anything great. All he did was, he did small things in a very extraordinary way. That was all he did. And to be honest, a leader doesn't create followers. A great leader is the one who creates new leaders. New leaders and an efficient leader than he himself is actually. So this proves it all. Once you start living your dreams, once you start following the path, once you start assigning yourselves, your only focus is to achieve your dream, is to achieve your goals and nothing else. Once you start wasting time, trust me, the time will waste you bad. And this is what that's happening around you. I don't have to give examples to explain you that. All I can tell you is everyone wants food, but the reality is no one wants to hunt. And the ones who don't hunt, trust me, won't get food. Similarly, you want to get something in your life, start working on it. And the biggest enemy of not getting you your dreams is the circumference which you frame. Yes, the circumference. And that's what an average person does. So, an average person is the one who starts circumferencing himself in his comfort zones, which he or she must never do. Let me throw a little light upon it. Say for example, there are two persons, both studied together, did their upper schooling, lower schooling, BE, ME, MS, everything. Say for example, they studied 20 years itself. And now both of them are being placed in the same company, and let their salary be 20 lakhs per annum. Let them be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. This particular gentleman, he is very much happy with his life. He is having 20 lakhs per annum. He's sitting in his sofa, he's sitting in his couch with a mug of coffee, and he is happy. And this other guy, he's sitting in the same couch, or say for example in a wooden chair. He's working hard. He's typing, working day and night to achieve more. You know what? This person who is happily settled, who framed the circumferences, is called average person. And this person who is working hard is called the leader, is called the champion. Because you know what he's doing? He's trying to achieve more. This was what I was trying to explain until then. The first thing which a person must do to become successful is start to remove the negativity from himself. He should start excluding himself from the negative person he is being with. Instead of being the average of 5 good damn persons for nothing, start being to be the person which start copying the ideas from the person who has achieved something in their life which they ever wanted to be. There's no shortage of very good persons, and there's no shortage of average persons as well. But it's you who must segregate yourself and start to assign your priorities based on your goals. Once you get little diverted, you go fall. And once you get diverted to a good route, or you start focusing yourself on a particular path, you become the person you ever wanted to be. Life hits you hard. Yes, life hits you hard. Life hits you so hard. What you should do? Hit it back harder. Hit it back so hard that it doesn't come and hit you back. This is what is called as a champion leadership. And this is what you must try to become. You know the things you should do. You know the things you know the things to be done in a better way. You don't want any guide. You know what? You start leveling yourself once you start achieving your dreams. You get your priorities done. Once you remove this negativity from your brain, you know what you become? You start becoming a pearl. And then later on you start shining, and ultimately there comes one day when you become the one you wanted to become and no one else wanted to become. What this bloody society thinks is none of your business. Is seriously none of your business. What you think about yourself is actually what matters. Actually what matters. So let me tell you, once you set up your goals and you come out from this comfort region and push harder yourself and harder, trust me, there will be one day when you will achieve your goals, when you will achieve every other thing which you wanted to achieve. You know why? Because by that time you would have found 100 and 1,000 ways which failed, which didn't work. which will give you an idea that if 1,000 things didn't work, the 1,001 thing would definitely work, because you have tried all the other negative and non-working options left, and hence you have mastered that subject, man. There is nothing and there is no one to prove you wrong. So this becomes a very good point in you. And coming back to your dreams, you know what? The major thing which a common person fails, or which a common person does when he is towards achieving his goals, is of two things. Number one, either you are sad that you won't achieve your dreams, or say for example you are afraid that you would fail, or number two, you are afraid that what if you win that thing and you don't do it properly. Let me tell you, ignore these. No one cares about this. Once you achieve your dreams, your future will give you own your ways. You don't have to make one. Everyone wants a successful person. Everyone is in hunt of successful persons. You know, everyone wants to be with successful persons. Who wants to be with a negative persons? Who wants to be a person who didn't achieve anything in life? Trust me, once you achieve your things, achieve your goals, all the good things will come and fall under your feet, and this is what will make you a better person. Ultimately, what I would like to tell is, I am a champion and you are a champion. You must know that we are a champion and no one else had got the authority to come and tell you the way things should be done. You know why? Because you know your dreams better, you know your goals better, and you know the way it should be done better. You don't want anyone to come and tell you this is not the way it should be done. So for that, what you need to do is start separating yourself from negativity, throw that bloody comfort zone and start getting up in life. Face hurdles, fall, get crushed, get trampled. No one cares. I bet you will become the most successful person you ever wanted to be. And trust me, I bet you for this $4,000. Now with this note, I would like to sign off and just tell you one thing, that just remember, you are a champion and you know to do the things better the way it should be done. Thank you and thanks.